Good evening, all of you. So, in day 9, we are going to discuss about Python loop control statements. So, today it is day 10. So, in this class, we're going to discuss about uh, catching exceptions in Python. So, in day 10, that is a today class, we're going to discuss about catching exceptions in Python. And after that, we'll go and discuss about functions in the Python. So, first of all, what is the exception? So exceptions are events. So exceptions are events that are used to modify the flow of control through a program when the error occurs. So uh, whenever we'll going to occur any error in our programming, so then it will going to skip the normal execution of the program. For example, if you write in a program in C language or Python, or let us take in C programming, and while executing of C programming in a line by line, for a particular line it contain any errors like syntax errors, so then it will go and skip that line, and it will go and terminate the program. So that means uh, if any errors will be occurred in our program, so then the normal execution flow will be modified. So that is called as a exceptions. So here in Python, the exceptions triggered automatically on finding errors in Python. So in Python, the exceptions are triggered automatically on finding any errors in the Python code. And these are the different types of exceptions processing. So first one is a try or except. So try or except. So by using this try or except, catch the errors and recover from exceptions. So by using a try or except, we will going to catch the errors and recover from exceptions posed by the program or Python itself. And second one is a try or finally. So whether the exceptions occurred or not, so it automatically perform the cleanup action. So by using a try or finally, so whether the exception occurred or not, it will automatically perform this operation. And next one is the asset keyword. So at the time of discussing about different types of keywords in Python, you are already discussed about asset keyword. So what is asset keyword? So the asset keyword triggered an exception conditionally in the code. So if any uh, exceptions in the code, then it will go into automatically triggered. And next one is a raise. So manually triggers an exception in the code. So the raise keyword is going to trigger manually. So when there is a exception in the code. And last one is a with or as. So that will be content. It is a content manager in a older version of Python 2.6 and Python 3.0. So in Python, we will going to use try or except for catching errors and recover from the exceptions, or you have to use a try or finally and asset keyword and a raise keywords. So let us see the example on Python exception handling. So a is equal to 0 and a try colon and b is equal to 1 by a. So that is a 1 by 0. So that will be an exception. So then it will go to catch the exception except. So except keyword. So except and followed by exception as and followed by e. So here this entire exception is going to rename as a small e. So that means by using a as keyword, this entire exception is going to rename as a small e. So that is a exception is the original name, and for that original name, the alias name for exception is small e. Then I want print a small e. So instead of printing a exception, I want print the alias name, that is a small e. So then I got the output is it is a divide by 0 error. So if anything exception will be can be occurred in the program. So by using this except or try or except, try or finally or asset keyword or range keywords, will go and handle the exceptions in the Python. So next one is functions in the Python. So what is a function? So function is a simply it is called as a self-contained block. So it is called as a open and closing curly brackets. So it is a self-contained block. So function is a self-contained block is called as a function, or function is a subprogram. So function is a subprogram which will go and perform a particular task. So function is a subprogram which can be called in our program whenever you want required. So in Python you have to say that function is a set of programming statements enclosed in open and closing curly brackets. So the set of programming statements enclosed in open and closing curly brackets, and a function can be called multiple times to provide reusability and modularity to the Python program. So whenever you want required a function in program, then you have to call that function at any number of times. So whenever you want required a code in our particular line, then you have to call the function and you have to use that function. So that means without writing a same code again and again, you have to use the or you have to call the function how many number of times you want required. So that is called to provide the reusability and modularity to the Python program. So that is about a function. So function is a self-contained block, or it is a subprogram that can be going to perform a particular task, or it will going to call whenever they will going to call that function, it will going to perform a particular task. And whenever you want required a function, then you have to call that function at any number of times. So that means without writing the same code again and again, you have to use a reusability of the same function in our program. So here the functions can be mainly classified into two types. So like as a C programming, so user defined function and built-in functions. So what is a built-in function? So that is predefined functions. So the predefined functions can be called as a built-in functions. And what about the user defined functions? So that means the user is going to define to perform a particular task. So the user is going to define a function for performing a particular task. So that is called as a user defined function. And whereas a built-in function, it is already existing. So that's why it is called as a predefined functions. So just you have to use the function without doing any modifications. So why? Because it is a predefined function in the Python. So that is called as a user defined and built-in functions. So these are the two types of functions in Python. So and coming to advantages of using a functions. So I said that one of the advantages of using function is that who can avoid rewriting the same logic again and again in a program. So that is called reusability. So we can avoid rewriting the same code again and again in a program. So why? Because just you can call that function whenever you want required, and it's not required to write the same code again and again in our program. And similarly, I said that the Python functions can be called multiple times and anywhere in the program. So can call the function in a Python multiple times whenever you want required. And the next one is one of the important feature of a function is that reusability. So reusability is the main achievement of the Python functions. So not only this Python, so will be also same advantage in C programming and other programming languages also. So reusability is the main achievement of the functions in Python. So next one coming into built-in functions. So we're going to discuss different types of built-in functions in Python. So that is called ABS. So ABS. So ABS stands for absolute value of a number. So absolute value of a number. So it will go and written absolute value of a integer or absolute value of a float value. And similarly, it will go and return the complex number also, absolute complex number of a given number. So let us see how we'll going to use this ABS function in the program. So for example, integer is equal to -20. So I'm writing integer is equal to -20. So then I want to print absolute value of -20 is followed by comma and ABS and followed by integer. So then this negative sign, which will be going to convert it into a positive sign. So then I got the output is 20. And next one is floating. So floating is equal to -20.83. So then I got the then I will print absolute value of -20.83 is followed by ABS followed by floating. So then I got the output for floating number is -20.80 is plus 20.83. So that is the absolute value of integer and floating numbers. And let us execute this code in Colab. So I said that in previous class about Google Colab, and it is a free Jupyter notebook, and it is a like as a cloud. So your program is going to directly store into your Google Drive. So if you want to write this code, or if you want to use this Google Colab, so first you need to sign into the Google Colab by using a Gmail, and so that whatever program you want to write in this Google Colab, so that program will be stored into the Google Drive, and you can go to Google Drive and you can open your existing content. And also if you want to upload any dot py dot ipynb, if you want to upload any .ipynb, so that is an interactive Python notebook. So interactive Python notebook, if you want to upload anything, then you have to go for a file and you have to choose upload notebook. And it is also possible you have to upload your entire .pynb notebooks directly in our in this Google Colab. So that we're going to execute the same thing in this Google Colab without installing the Python as well as Anaconda Navigator in our computers. So in this example, I'm writing integer is equal to -20 and print absolute value of -20 is comma ABS and followed by integer. So next one, floating equal to -20.83, then print absolute value of -20.83 is followed by ABS followed by floating. So then I got the output is absolute value of -20 is 20 and absolute value of -20.83 is 20.83. So that is the output of the given example. And the next one is the all function. So here the all function accept iterable objects. So like which will go and accept the list, dictionary, and so on. So it will go and accepted all iterable objects in the Python. So that is the meaning for all function. So for example, I'm writing here. For example, if all function. So for example, if iterable object is empty. For example, if the iterable object is empty, so that is all function is going to return true only. So that means you are not going to pass any values on that all function. So then it will go to return true only. So if the iterable object is empty, then all function is going to return true only. Otherwise, it will go to return false. So for example, k is equal to 1 comma 3 comma 4 comma 6, and I want print all of k. So these all are iterable objects, and these all are iterable objects it can be called as a list of values. So that's why it will going to print true only. So it will going to print true only. So why? Because I'm writing all elements in a particular order like 1, 3, 4, 6 and so on. So second one, k is equal to 0 comma false. So 0 comma false. So here 0 is a integer and false is a it is a boolean value. So if you write this like this, then all function is going to return uh, false value. So in this example, k is equal to 1 comma 3 comma 4 comma 6, and these all will be in a sequence elements. So that's why it will going to return output is true. Whereas in this example, k is equal to 0 comma false. It contain integer and it contain boolean data type. If you are trying to write like this, then all function is going to return false only. So next one, k is equal to 1 comma 3 comma 7 comma 0. So up to 1, 3, 7, which the elements are in a sequential order, but after that I'm using a 0, and here 0 is not in sequence order. So that's why the all function is going to return false only. So next one, k is equal to 0 comma false comma 5. So it is an integer value, it is a boolean data type, and again it is an integer value. So it will go and return false only. So next one, empty data type. So for example, k is equal to empty square brackets. Then it will also return true only. So if the iterable object is empty, then all function is going to return true. I hope you'll be understanding what I am saying. If the iterable object is empty, the all function is going to return true only. Otherwise, it will go and return false. So that is about all functions in Python. And the next one is okay. So we'll continue. And next one is a bin function. So this function is to return binary representation of a specified integer. So the bin function is going to return the binary representation of a specified integer, and the result always will be start with the 0b. So 0b indicate that binary number. So for example, I'm entering a decimal number like x is equal to 10, and it will go and produce the output is y is equal to bin of x. So then the x value is going to convert it into a binary number. Then I want print y. Then I got the output is for binary number 1010. So for binary number 10, for decimal number 10, the binary number is 1010. And before this number, which will go and print 0b. So 0b indicate that it is a binary representation of the given number. So by using a bin function, we will going to convert given decimal number into binary formats. So if you have any doubts, please post in the chat box. So up to now, are you clear so far what I am discussed here? So are you clear so far up to what you have discussed in this class? If you have any doubts, please post your query in the chat box. Okay, let us continue. So that is about a bin function, and next one is a Python Boolean functions. So the Python Boolean function convert a value to Boolean value, that is a true or false. So for example, x is equal to boolean of 1 and print of x. So then this value is going to convert into as a true. So 1 is indicated true. For example, if we pass x is equal to boolean of 0, so then the 0 indicated as a false. Then it will go and print output is a false only. So for example, so we going to run this code in Google Colab. So if you want to go for next cell, you can click on a code. So now it will be getting ready to write the code. So x is equal to boolean of 1. and after that I want print of x. So print of x, and you can run the code. So now it will go and return true. So I'm passing here 1. So 1 is indicate that it is a true statement. So for example, if I writing a 0, then I got the output is false. So that means by using a boolean function to convert a value to boolean values like true or false. So next one is a callable function. So what is a callable function? So for example, uh, it is a function definition, and it is a calling function. So in a Python, by using a def keyword, you have to define the functions in Python. So in this example, it is a called function. So def x colon a is equal to 5, and I'm going to calling this function. I'm going to calling this function by using a callable function and followed by x, So then here I got the output will be in true. So I got the output in true. So why? Because I'm going to define the function. I'm going to define the function, and I'm going to assign value to the variable 5. And whenever I call this x, then it will going to access this value. So that's why it will going to return true. For example, in first example, x is equal to 8. So I'm not going to define any function here. So directly I'm using x is equal to 8 and print callable of x. So then it will go on getting the output is false. So why? Because you are not going to using any function definition in this example. So whereas here you are using a function definition, and by using this function definition, I'm going to calling a function. So callable, by using a callable function, I'm going to access x. I'm going to calling the x. So that's why it will go and print true. Otherwise, it will go and print false only. So I hope you are understanding what I'm saying. So next one is execute function. Execute function. So the Python execute function is used for the dynamic execution of a Python program. For example, x is equal to 8. X is equal to 8, and print x is equal to 8. Now I want to execute this code by using a exec function. Exec and followed by print of x is equal to 8. So then it will go and return true. So that means the x value is equal to 8. So that's what it will go and return output is true. So next one, print of x plus 4. So print of x plus 4. I'm using a function exec. So exec is a execute the given statements. So by using a exec function, you have to execute the given statements. So then I got the output is 12. So let us execute this code in the Google Colab. So you can go to Google Colab, and you can click on plus code. Then you have to write x is equal to 8 and exec and followed by, so I want to write print of x is equal to 8. So let us execute this one. So then I got the output here. I'm not going to close in here. So then now we have to execute once again. So now it is true. So the x value is equal to 8. So that's why it will go and return output is true. Now let us execute next line. The next line I'm using single quotes and followed by print x plus 4, and you can close the parenthesis, and you have to write exec function for executing the print function exec, and you can close. And now we have to execute the code. Now we have to execute the code here. Now see here. So this is output for this line. So the x value is equal to 8. So then I got the output is true, and print x plus 4. Then this statement is going to executed by using a exec function. Then I got the output is 12. So that is about exec function. And next one is a sum function. So by using this sum function, you have to sum the number of sum the number of numbers in a iterable, like it is a list. So for example, here I am taking a list of values, a list of numbers. So that is a sum of 1 comma 2 comma 4, and whatever sum I want perform here, that value will be stored into the yes. Then I want print yes. Then I got the sum of 1 plus 2 plus and 4 is 7. And next one is the sum of 1 comma 2 comma 4 comma 10. Now it will go to sum 7 plus and 10, and it will go and print output is 17. So by using a sum function, uh, to get the sum of numbers of an iterable, that is a list. So that is about a sum. So next one is any function. So the Python any function return true if any item in an iterable is true. Otherwise it will go and return false. So the Python any function return true when it will go and return true if any item in an iterable is true. If any item in an iterable is true, then it will go and print output is true. Otherwise it will go and print output is false. So for example, here I am writing L is equal to 4 comma 3 comma 2 comma 0, and print of any of L. So print any of L. So actually, this all will be a numbers. This all will be a numbers. So that's why it will go and return true only. So whereas in second example, L is equal to 0 comma false. So it is an integer and it is a Boolean data type. So that's why it will go and return false only. So next, L is equal to 0 comma false comma 5. So in this example, it will go and return true only, or it will go and return false. And next one is empty square brackets, and it does not have any elements. So that's why it will go and return false only. So the any function return the true if any item in an iterable is true. Otherwise it will go and return false. So next one is evaluation function. So by using this eval function, you have to evaluate the expression. So for example, x is equal to 8, and print evaluate x plus 1. So print evaluate the expression x plus 1. So then it will go and substitute in the place of x, it will go and substitute 8 plus 1. So then it will go and evaluate the expression. Then I got the output is a 9. So that is for evaluate the function. So next one is a format function. So format function, it is a string formatting function in Python. So for example, you have to use print format of 123 comma D, 123 comma D. So that is a decimal number. So it is a decimal number. So it will go and print 123, and print format of it is a float argument 123 comma 4567898 comma F. So F indicate that it is a floating number. So then it will go and get the output is a 123.456790, and it is a binary number. So format of 12 comma B. So B for binary. So for a 12 binary number is 11 1100. So by using a format function, return the formatted representation of the given value. So it is integer data type. So then the formatted is a %d. D for integer decimal number, and it is a float number. So then you have to write F, and it is a binary number. Then you have to write B. So B for binary. So next one is a get attribute. Get attribute, or we'll go for next one, len function, so length function. So you already used the length function in previous examples. So the len function is used to return the length of an object. So what is the length of an object? For example, strA is equal to Python. Then I want print len of strA. Then I got the length of a given string. So what is the length of a given string in this example? So that is a 6. And it is an object function. So by using an object function, it will going to return an empty object. You cannot add new properties or methods to this object. So this object is the base for all classes. It holds the built-in properties and methods which are default for all classes. So by using a object function, we will going to print what are the methods or what are the classes or what are the built-in functions which will be there in the Python. So that all will be going to display. So for example, Python equal to object. So it is an empty object and a print type of Python. So print type of Python, and it will go and print the type of Python is it is a class and followed by object type, and print directory of Python. So I want print what are the directories are there in Python, or what are the different types of functions are there in Python, or what are the different types of methods are there in Python, or what are the different types of classes are there in Python. That all will going to display in this example. So dir is a command. So dir, it is a directory and followed by Python. So then which will go and display different types of classes or different types of objects or different types of methods which will be used in the Python. So next one is a open function. So this function is used to for opening of the particular file in Python. For example, f is equal to open. So whereas in C programming, you are writing a file pointer. So file pointer is equal to followed by f open. So file open, and a file open and followed by you have to write in file name in double quotes comma and followed by you have to write a mode operation, whether it is a read mode or write mode or something others you have to write here. So this is syntax which will be used in a C programming. So f file pointer or f equal to f open and followed by file name comma and followed by mode operation. So whereas in Python we will go and write f is equal to open. So open is a function. So it will go and open the file and return the corresponding file object. So open is a for a function. By using this function you have to open the file and it will go and return the corresponding file object. So this is a corresponding object here, that is a f. So now I am writing f equal to open of c:/python 33 slash and followed by readme.txt. So I want to open existing content. I want to open the existing content in my C drive and python 33 and followed by the file name is readme.txt file. So then it will go to open the content in this readme.txt file. So by using the open function, you have to open the file and it will go and return the corresponding file object. And the next one is a complex number. So which will be used to convert the number or string into complex number. So by using a complex function which will use it to convert number or string into complex number. So for example, a is equal to complex of 1. A is equal to complex of 1. I am passing here single parameter. So then it will going to get the output is 1.5 plus 0j. So this number is going to convert into a complex number. And b is equal to complex of 1 comma 2. So I am passing here both the parameters. So then I got the output is 1.5 plus 2.2j. So for the given numbers which will be used to convert the numbers or strings into a complex number. So that is about a complex function in Python. And next one is the minimum function, min function. So by using that min function to get the smallest element from a collection. So if you want to find out a smallest element in a given list of elements, then you have to use a min function. For example, small equal to minimum of uh, 2 triple 325 2025, and I want to return the smallest among these numbers. So the smallest number among these three numbers is 325. So next one, small 2 is equal to minimum of 1000.25 comma 2025.35 5625.36 and 152.50. So among these numbers, so it is a maximum, sorry, it is a minimum number. So among the above number, so it is a minimum number. So let us execute this code in the Google Colab. Then what is the output which will going to produce? So for example, small is equal to minimum of triple two five comma 325 comma 2025. So let us execute this code. So what is the minimum here? So small is equal to minimum of okay, I want print a small here, so print followed by small. Okay, now let us execute code once again. So then I got the output is 325 is the smallest number. So next one is a small 1. Small 1 is equal to, so minimum of 1000 dot 25 comma 2025 dot 35 comma and next one is 5625 dot 36 comma 10052 dot 50. Let us print this statement. What is a small 1? So print followed by small 1. So let us execute this code. So in this example, the small for first value is 325 and the small number in a given list of values is 1000 dot followed by 25. So when compared to other numbers, so 1000.25 is a minimum value. And similarly, if you want to find out a maximum value, you have to use a max. So let us execute this code. So what is the max here? That is a 3225. Then I got the output is a 3225 is the max number. And what is the max number here? In a small one, and execute code. So the max number is 152.5 is a max numbers. So that is about a minimum or minimum function and max function. So by using a minimum function, we will get the smallest number from the collection, and by using a max function, we will get the largest element from the given collection. And one more well-known function is the input function. So what is the input function? The input function is used to get an input from a user. We have to get the input from the keyboard, or you have to get an input from the user. You have to use input function. So for example, value is equal to input of enter a value. So then I want print you entered comma value. So whatever value you want to read from the keyboard, that value will be printed as you entered and followed by value. So by using a input function, you have to get an input from the user. So that is about a input function. And one more well-known function is range function. So what is a range function? So by using that range function, you have to print a sequence of numbers. You have to print sequence of numbers. So for example, if you give a range will be 0 to range of 0. For example, range of 0. So then we will get the then the list will be starting with 0. So the list will be starting with 0, and here that means it will go and display here empty list. And second one is a range of 4. Then the starting element will be 0, and the next element is 1, and next element is 2, and next element is 3, and 4 will be excluded. So that means the range will be 0. It will go and start with 0 onwards. And next one is a list followed by range of 1 comma 7. So then the range of 1 comma 7 is 1 will be included, and after that 2 included, 3, 4, 5, and 6, these all elements will be included, and 7 will be excluded. So then the range of the numbers will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 only. So list followed by range of 1 comma 7. So the meaning for 1 comma 7 is 1 will be included and 7 is excluded. Then it will go and print what are the numbers from 1 to 6. So these are the elements. So 1 to 6, that will going to display in the form of a list. And next one is reverse. So I want reverse the numbers, or I want reverse the given strings. Then I will use a reversed function in Python. For example, string is equal to Java. Then I want to reverse the given string. Then I got the output is in the form of a list in reverse order. And tuple is equal to j comma a comma v comma a. Then I want to reverse the tuple. Then I got the list in reverse order. And range is equal to range of 8 comma 12. So that means 8 will be included, and 9 will be included, and 10 will be included, and 11 will be included, and 12 will be excluded. And then it will go and print the output is 8, 4, 10, 11. Now I want to reverse these elements. So reversed and followed by range function. This is a variable. So then I got the output in reverse order, that is 11, 10, 4, and it is a 9. So 11, 10, 9, and 8. So that will go and display in a reverse order. So next one is a list is equal to 1 to 7, 5. 1 to 7, 5. Then I want reverse the given list. So reversed and followed by list. Then I got the output is 5, 7, 2, 1. So by using a reversed function, you have to reverse the iterator of the given sequence. So that is about a reverse. And next one is a round function. So after are you clear so far up to now what you have discussed? And if you have any doubts, please post your query in the chat box. And this is the last function in Python. So round function. So what is a round function? So the round function round off the digits of a number and return the floating point number. So it will go and round the given number. So for example, print round of 10. So the round of 10 is 10 only, and print round of 10.8. So then it will go down to next number, that is 11, and print round of 6.6. Then it will go down the round to next number, that is a 7. So whereas in a round of 10, it will be 10 only, and a round of 10.8, it will round to next number, that is 11, and round of 6.6, so that will be round to next number, that is a 7. So that is about a round function. So that's all about all these functions. Yeah, these all will be a built-in functions in Python. And if you have any doubts in these functions, so please post your query in the chat box. So that's all about today class, and we'll go and discuss next another topic in next topic in the next class. And up to now, if you have any doubts, so please post your query in the chat box. So please post your query in the chat box, and if you have any doubts. And if you don't have any doubts, so that's all about today class, and I will go and meet in the next session. So thank you for attending. Have a nice day.